Hey guys, I'm really sorry that I was gone for about 2 weeks. So I'm making it up to you by reading Solangelo, a new Lapidot that I wrote like 24 hours ago, and more of the book that I'm writing because I found a comment that said that they liked that. So we're gonna read this. I added more onto it. It's cute. I have something else planned for it, but I'm gonna get right into this because it's gonna end up being too long. They were red and swollen and older than they were supposed to be. Will bolted to one of the medical cabinets and snatched up a walkie-talkie. Solus to Apollo cabin. Come in, Apollo cabin. Will paced as he waited for a response. Static, then. Lake and Knowles to Solus. We read you. Repeat, we read you. Tell the Apollo cabin. We need backup at the infirmary. Is it D'Angelo? Yeah, hurry. Thank gods, Will thought. Austin and Caleb burst into the infirmary with the rest of their cabin mates behind them. Nectar, ambrosia, cabinet, Will ordered. Will sat next to Nico's bed and sang a hymn to Apollo. It was an Apollo Kid thing. If you sang a hymn, you might be able to heal someone faster. Kayla walked over with an ambrosia square in hand and fed it to Nico, a small boy barely breathing. His eyes were half closed, his breath coming in short gasps. Austin came to the bed with a glass of nectar and a straw. He got Nico to drink it until his lips started steaming. It seemed to have no effect on the Ghost King. What about mortal medicine? It's not uncommon, Will wondered. Hand me some bandages and gauze, please, Will called to one of his cabin mates. They tossed it over, and Will started tending to the scratches. He sang the hymn to his father as he worked, and prayed to Apollo that Nico would heal. The bandages also did nothing. Will started to panic because now it wasn't just the werewolf scratches but his powers too. Nico's powers had slowly drained him, but now they were taking their grand total. They were killing him. Will, Kayla said, it's not working. We can't save him. No, Will shouted, scaring half the people in the infirmary. No, we have to save him. I can't let another person die. Not on my watch. He trailed off as a tear rolled down his cheek. The tear was followed by another and another until he was crying. Leave, please, Will muttered to his half-siblings. Caleb put a hand on his shoulder. Will, I'm sorry. Then she walked out with the others. Will was still sitting by Nico, but he had moved the chair closer to Nico's head. Nico, I need to tell you something before it's too late. Nico, I love you, like a lot. Nico's eyes widened. The shadows had been overwhelming him because he hadn't fought back. An image of every time Will was nice to him flashed into his mind. When Will had took his hand, when he grabbed Nico's wrist. Every time Will had blushed in his presence. And when he had pretended to be asleep, Will had played with his hair just as he had played with Will's. Nico hadn't fought back against his death because he had nothing to fight for, but now he had someone, a reason to live. He looked at Will, the taller boy still crying over him. Will, Nico managed. Will stopped sobbing, the tears still in his eyes, and stared at Nico. Nico sat up, wrapped his arms around Will, and pressed his lips to the surprised blondes. Will's eyes widened, and he wrapped his arms around Nico and leaned into the kiss. Nico fell back onto his pillow, panting. Will, still surprised, watched as Nico's wounds started healing. I'll love you too, Sunspot. Nico laughed and gave Will a genuine smile. The son of Apollo turned absolutely red. He laughed and hugged Nico. Nico hugged him back and buried his face in Will's shoulder. You know what this means, sunshine? Yeah, I know. 3 more days, Will cried giddily. Doctor's orders, Will laughed more and let go of the son of Hades, who was also blushing and seemed to like this kind of physical contact. Austin and Kayla poked their heads into the room and rushed in. Nico was smiling and Will was laughing. They watched dumbfounded as Nico sat up and kissed Will again. Will sat down on the bed next to Nico and pressed the Ghost King closer, not pulling away and not wanting to. What the heck did we miss? Austin interrupted, and Kayla elbowed him in the ribs. The 2 boys broke apart, both panting and blushing. Sticks, Nico cursed and hid under his blanket. Hey, look guys, Nico's not dead. Wonder why. Gotta go, bye. Will made a beeline for the door, but Kayla slammed it shut. Not just yet, Will. Will walked back to the bed and sat next to the cursing lump under the blanket. So, Will braced himself for the question. How is Nico healing? Wait, what? Yeah, how is Nico still alive? That's the question you choose to ask? Well, can you answer it? Nico peeked out from under the blanket. I can. Rather not, though. Well, I guess I'm just a good doctor. Bye now. Nico needs space. Will pushed his siblings towards the door. You two are so cute. I'm not surprised, Austin whispered. Will punched him in the shoulder and pushed him out the door. He shut the door after Kayla and turned to Nico. Where were we? Where were we? Will pulled the covers off of the Ghost King and kissed him again. Now I gotta go tend to some other patients, so don't even think about shadows of any sort. When I come back, you'd better be asleep. Can I get a reward for staying put? I don't see why not. Bye, Neeks. Bye, Will. I mean Solus! Sure. Will walked out of the room, leaving a tomato-red Nico hiding under the blanket again. So, leave suggestions for this. I have one more thing planned for this, but if you want to see more after it, then tell me what you want to see Will and Nico do. PG-13, people. Kind of. I don't even know anymore. Here we go. I wrote this. I actually filmed this video yesterday, but then YouTube wouldn't let me post it, so yay, we're doing this again. What season did you say this was? 5. Garbage. It was the only DVD that wasn't in the barn when you took it into space. I lent it to Steven. Why would he want this season? It's trash. I know. Lapis and Peridot were at the foot of Steven's bed watching the worst season of Camp Pining Hearts. Lapis was sitting cross-legged and Peridot was lying on her stomach. Near Lapis was a bowl of blue jelly beans that Peridot refused to eat. Near Peridot was a bowl of green gummy bears that Lapis wouldn't try. It was late at night and Steven was outside with the Gems building a campfire. You should really try a jelly bean, Peridot. Not unless you try a gummy bear. Not a chance. Those are gross. No, they're not. And what would you know? You haven't tried them before, and you haven't tried my jelly beans. For a good reason. What reason? A reason. What's the reason? Because you won't try my gummy bears. Fine, I'll try your gummy bears. Well, here, have one. Not until you try my jelly beans. At that moment, Pearl walked through the front door. What's with all the noise? She asked. The 2 Gems near the bed started talking over each other, telling Pearl that it was the other's fault. All right, calm down. I don't care whose fault it was. I'm going back outside. No more yelling, you two, or else. Pearl went full mom on them. Yes, ma'am, they replied in unison as the screen door slammed shut. Peridot was the first to speak. So, what are you waiting for? Time to try some gummy bears. Fine, Lapis huffed. She grabbed Peridot's face and kissed her, sending the world spinning. Nothing else mattered as Peridot pulled Lapis closer. Their gems started glowing brighter and brighter, until a flash of brilliant light. The only light left was the TV screen, flashing with Paulette, Percy, and Pierre. Jelly beans and gummy bears are both pretty good, said Turquoise, blushing as she ate out of both candy bowls. Soon the bowls were empty. Percy and Pierre were having a bonding moment, and both Lapis and Peridot moved their hands toward the other's hand. Turquoise gasped. She was holding her own hand. She looked at her hands as she pulled them apart. She looked at the empty candy bowls on her lap. She laughed, quietly at first, then louder. She watched Camp Pining Hearts intently, then threw the bowls at the screen. Garbage, she snorted, then sighed. She laid on the floor, smiling at the ceiling. I love you, she whispered. She soon fell asleep, hugging herself. So, if this is terrible, I know. I wrote it at like 11 o'clock last night. Not like an hour ago, but like 25 hours ago. I don't know. I'm tired. If you're also up at, what time is it? If you're also up at 12:15 a.m., then tell me in the comments and I will give you a shout out in the next episode. Here's what you've all been waiting for. Or not. I don't care. James Clearleaf. How could it be him? Little backstory, he and I used to go to elementary school together, used to be best friends, and then my mom moved to New York and dragged me along with her. I was 14 now, and there he was? Did he even remember me? I decided to play it cool since he looked kinda nice. Oh, hi James, I'm Piper. I waited, and I saw recognition in his eyes. and then doubt, then curiosity. Hope flared inside me, and I hoped he could see I recognized him from childhood. Piper? You couldn't be Piper Foxling? He stammered. If not, that's fine. I just, thought you were. I cut him off, shrieking, James, you remember me? And slapped my hands over my mouth and blushed. He blushed. Why were we blushing? No. I did not start crushing on him. We were just best friends in elementary school. Plus, if we had feelings for each other, he probably would have told me right then and there, right? Anyway, once my other best friend Katie got to the break room and slipped on her uniform over her clothes, we went to open the shop at 9 o'clock. Just then, a girl walked in the door, close to our ages. I found out her name was Hazel, and she comes from Hawaii. Hawaii, palm trees and ocean waves. She was pretty angry at her parents for dragging her to this busy and loud city, basically the opposite of calm and peaceful Hawaii. She picked out some candy and said she'd be over at the pizza place. She and Katie and I became friends almost instantly. I guess she was going to order Hawaiian pizza. She spoke pretty good English, and my guess was it was her first language. Should I ask James if he wanted to go get some pizza after work? No, that would be awkward. Would it be less awkward if Katie came with us? Maybe. Katie was a little bit younger than me, but she was still my BFFFL, best friend forever for life. I thought about it all day at work and then tried to find the courage to ask James. No, I wasn't asking James. I was asking my fellow employees. Just keep saying that in your head, Piper. You're asking your fellow employees. You're asking your fellow employees. Though I couldn't shake the thought of just me and James from my head. Hey guys, I said casually after the store closed. Do you want to go get pizza? It's only a few doors down. James could come, but Katie supposedly had other plans at home. My mom said I had to be home just after work for family dinner. I suspected she made that up because as she walked out the door, she whispered in my ear, I saw the way where you were looking at him. Have fun. I glared at her, but when I caught James looking, we both blushed. Did I like him? Did he like me? One thought rose to the top of them all. I'll get you for this, Katie. And there you go. It has been 12 minutes. I really hope this isn't too long. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. The characters of the Lapidot and the Solangelo do not belong to me. They belong to their respective creators. Blah, 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 blah. I'll put that in the description. So, technically, it's not copywriting. Yay. This is all my work. Please don't use it unless I give you permission, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!